The shadows have always existed, in every alley of Lagos, behind every smile in Accra, beneath every prayer in Dakar. They wait, they watch, they hunger, but shadows exist only because there is light to cast them. 5 years ago, a guardian named Akindele Lawson saved West Africa from a cult that nearly plunged our world into eternal darkness. The Ogunfa Brotherhood, a shadow organization that corrupted governments, poisoned economies, and stole the futures of millions. He won that battle. The cult scattered. Peace returned, but shadows do not die. They adapt, they evolve, they return stronger. Welcome to Shadow Brotherhood, Paranormal Convergence, 1,000 episodes, one epic saga, where ancient powers meet modern heroes, where werewolves run through Lagos streets, where vampires negotiate in Accra boardrooms, where dragons wake beneath the Sahara, where shapeshifters walk among us, where humanity must choose, unite or perish. Our story begins where the last one ended. Akindele Lawson, the guardian of Lagos, defender of the innocent, warrior against corruption, he gave everything to defeat Ogunfa. His blood, his peace, nearly his life. But victory demanded a price he could not have foreseen. To truly destroy Ogunfa, he merged with something ancient, something powerful, something that changed him forever. Now, 5 years later, his daughter Ada must walk the path her father blazed, but she will not walk it alone. Dr. Amara Okonkwo, quantum physicist, mystical alchemist. She manipulates matter itself, bending molecules to her will through science and ancestral magic. Her sister died fighting pharmaceutical cartels backed by Ogunfa remnants. Now Amara fights not just for revenge, but for every person denied healing because corruption made medicine into profit. Malik Diallo, the Ghost, Senegalese Special Forces operative who learned the ancient art of astral projection. His consciousness travels where his body cannot. He hacks computer systems while his spirit walks through walls. His entire unit was eliminated when they discovered Ogunfa smuggling operations. He alone survived. Now he hunts in both realms, physical and spiritual. Princess Nana Asantewa III, Ghanaian royalty carrying warrior priestess blood from the legendary Queen Mother herself. She walks through time witnessing past events, glimpsing possible futures. She saw her father's assassination through her gift. Now she sees something worse approaching, something that makes Ogunfa look like children playing with matches. Chen Wei Lin, son of a Chinese triad warlord, master of pressure points that can disrupt not just the body, but mystical energies themselves. He defected when he learned his father allied with Ogunfa to traffic innocents across continents. He came to Africa seeking redemption. He found family, he found purpose, and he will find sacrifice. These heroes, these warriors, these flawed, brilliant, desperate souls, they think they know what they face, they have no idea. For thousands of years, another world existed alongside ours, hidden by ancient magic called the Veil, a world of creatures from our nightmares and our dreams. Werewolves, not the monsters from European fairy tales, but proud packs tracing bloodlines back to pre-colonial Africa. Warriors who served kings, protectors who guarded villages, beings cursed and blessed by territorial dragons millennia ago. Alpha Kofi Mensah leads the largest pack in Ghana. When the moon rises, he becomes something magnificent, something terrifying. A golden wolf standing 3 meters tall, strong enough to tear through steel, fast enough to catch lightning. But Kofi remembers being human, remembers loving, laughing, dreaming. The beast within does not erase the man, it amplifies him, his loyalty, his rage, his honor. Vampires. Lord Abiodun Adeyemi has walked this earth for 478 years. He was already ancient when Europeans invaded. He watched empires rise and fall. He accumulated wealth that could buy nations. He learned patience that humans cannot comprehend. He does not sparkle. He does not sleep in coffins. He does not fear garlic, but silver burns his flesh. Sunlight means death, and the thirst, the eternal thirst for blood, it never fades. Only discipline keeps him from becoming the monster humans believe him to be. But not all vampires share his restraint. Zainab al-Rashid, once a scholar in medieval Sudan, now seeks coexistence with humanity. Marcus Dubois runs nightclubs in Dakar where information flows more freely than champagne. And others, darker ones, see humans as cattle, as food, as entertainment, shapeshifters. Ifa Adebayo can become anything, anyone, any creature that has ever lived. She leads a collective that has manipulated human history from the shadows for centuries, protecting supernatural communities from discovery. The chameleon, her mysterious rival, plays all sides for purposes even Ife cannot discern. And the twins, Tunde and Kehinde Olawale, whose bond transcends biology. Separately, they can only partially transform. Together, they become forces of nature, dragons, the eldest, the mightiest, the most dangerous. They slept beneath the earth for millennia. Ekwensu, young by dragon standards at only 3,000 years old, rests beneath Lake Chad. Neka Okafor, ancient beyond measure, hides in human form in Lagos, running an import business, watching, waiting. Dragons created the veil to separate themselves from destructive humanity. They gave vampires their immortality through diluted blood. They cursed werewolves for territorial violations. They seeded shapeshifters to observe and report. Every supernatural creature traces its origin to dragon intervention, and now they wake because something went wrong. Akindele's war with Ogunfa damaged something fundamental. The fragment powers he and others wielded, the consciousness evolution wars, the cosmic entities they battled. All of it weakened the veil, the ancient magic that kept supernatural beings hidden from human eyes. 5 years after Ogunfa's defeat, the veil begins to fail. Werewolves can no longer hide their transformations during full moons. Vampires find their compulsion magic weakening, unable to erase memories. Dragons stir in their underground lairs, awakened by energy pulses from the fragment wars. Shapeshifters lose control, flickering between forms in public. The hidden world becomes visible. At first, humanity thinks it is mass hallucination. Social media explodes with videos dismissed as elaborate hoaxes. But then the attacks begin, not from supernatural beings trying to harm humans, from humans trying to destroy what they fear. And in the chaos, Ogunfa returns. Led by Bishop Ayotunde, twin brother of the Archbishop our heroes redeemed, he spent 5 years infiltrating both vampire covenants and werewolf packs, learning their secrets, stealing their blood, engineering something unholy, a hybrid virus. It transforms humans into mindless vampire werewolf creatures, controlled by Ogunfa, an army of the damned, and it is spreading through Lagos. Ada and her team must stop the plague, but to do so they need allies from the supernatural world, beings who have every reason to hate and fear humanity. Alpha Kofi demands they fix the veil, or his packs will go to war for territory. Lord Abiodun offers knowledge in exchange for vampire citizenship rights. Ife requires payment for shapeshifter mediation services. And the dragons, they demand nothing, because they believe they have already won. They believe humanity has failed as guardians of Earth. They believe it is time for dragons to reclaim dominion. And who can argue? Humans nearly destroyed themselves. Humans created Ogunfa. Humans spread the plague. But Ada refuses to accept extinction. Not for humans, not for supernatural beings, not for anyone. She inherited more than her father's powers. She inherited his stubborn hope, his refusal to abandon the weak, his belief that unity is not weakness, but the ultimate strength. And slowly, impossibly, she builds a coalition, human and werewolf, scientist and vampire, warrior and dragon, shapeshifter and guardian. Together they will face threats beyond imagination. 1,000 episodes, not just a story, a saga spanning decades, dimensions, and the very fabric of reality itself. Episodes 1 through 250 followed Akindel and the original Shadow Brotherhood as they evolved from street-level heroes to cosmic guardians. They fought corrupt politicians, mystical cults, and eventually the Absolute Voids, who denied consciousness itself. Now, episodes 251 through 1000 expand the universe beyond anything you have imagined. Phase 1, The Hidden World Revealed. Episodes 251 through 350 introduce the supernatural factions, werewolf politics, vampire economics, dragon awakenings, the hybrid plague, the desperate alliances, and the permanent fall of the veil, forcing supernatural beings into the human world forever. Phase 2, New World Order. Episodes 351 through 500 explore integration. How do governments regulate vampires? How do werewolves respect borders drawn by humans? How do dragons claim sovereign territory? Political upheaval, economic panic, terrorist movements, and worse, something ancient rising from the ocean depths. The primordials. Lovecraftian entities that even dragons fled from, awakened by the consciousness wars, emerging from Earth's core, bringing with them merfolk refugees, abyssal cults, and cosmic horror beyond human comprehension. Ada must negotiate with beings whose very existence challenges sanity, and she succeeds, but peace comes at a price. The primordials get the Pacific Dead Zone, humans keep the continents, dragons patrol the boundaries, but the celebration is interrupted by something impossible. Phase 3, Galactic Shadows. Episodes 501 through 650 take the battle to the stars. Aliens arrive, revealing that Earth is a zoo planet. Dragons, vampires, werewolves were all experiments, abandoned, forgotten, until humans unexpectedly evolved consciousness and ruined the study. The Galactic Council debates Earth's fate. Quarantine, sterilization, destruction. Ada must represent not just humanity, but all supernatural species in a cosmic trial. She wins provisional membership. Technology exchanges begin. Star dragons teach interstellar travel. But someone is hunting supernatural species across the galaxy. The Erasers. Ancient AI cyborg race, exterminating what they call defective biological experiments. Earth becomes the final battleground between the last free supernatural coalition and genocidal machines. Phase 4, Multiversal Convergence. Episodes 651 through 850 shatter reality itself. Alternate timelines begin merging. Versions of Ada from worlds where Ogunfa won. Vampire versions of Akindel. Dragon-merged Amara, all becoming real as universes collapse into singularity. They discover the original Akindel from episode 1 became unstuck from time during the consciousness wars. His attempts to return home are collapsing all timelines. Father and daughter reunite, but they must choose. Save one timeline or merge all into Earth Prime where all possibilities exist. They choose merger, creating a richer, stranger, more dangerous world, but awakening something that feeds on collapsed timelines. The Void Devourer, entropy personified, and it is starving, and it is angry. The final philosophical war begins, not fought with powers, but with ideas. Is existence suffering? Should consciousness return to the void? Ancient vampires tired of eternity join willingly. Dragons who lost mates millennia ago seek eternal rest. Warriors exhausted by endless fighting embrace the end. Ada herself is tempted. The void promises reunion with all she has lost. Peace, silence, an end to responsibility. But she chooses existence, suffering and all, because existence also contains love, growth, beauty, the chance to make tomorrow better than today. Phase 5, Ultimate Legacy. Episodes 851 through 1000, The Next Generation Leads. Mei Lin Chen, the hybrid bridge between all species. Kofi Jr., perfect blend of human and werewolf. Taiwo Jr. carrying Guardian legacy. Asha Diallo mastering astral realms. They face the founders, galaxy creating civilization that judges worlds. Earth is deemed failed due to continued violence. But the young heroes refuse judgment. They rebel against gods themselves, teaching the founders that accepting imperfection is strength, not weakness. And when the founders flee, they reveal what they were running from, the entropy tide. Heat death of the universe itself, accelerated by consciousness wars, stars dying, galaxies collapsing, reality ending. The only solution requires willing extinction. Entire civilizations must choose death to seed new universe. Earth volunteers first. Every species contributes essence to cosmic rebirth, emotional goodbyes, final sacrifices, reality dissolves. But this is not the end. Mei Lin wakes in new universe, remembering everything. She is not alone. The rememberers exist across cycles, because this is not the first time, not the second, not the 100th. This is cycle 1000. Earth has died and been reborn 999 times before, each cycle getting closer to breaking eternal recursion, each version sacrificing itself so the next might succeed. Princess Nana's time walking breaks through cycle boundaries. She contacts all previous Earths. Massive multiversal gathering, 999 versions of heroes meeting as one, each contributing piece of solution. They discover the fundamental paradox. Consciousness causes entropy. Observation collapses quantum states. Collapsed states generate heat. Heat accelerates universe death. Thinking kills reality, but Mei Lin proposes something radical. Do not fight entropy. Dance with it. Make ending and beginning simultaneous. Transform destruction into creation. She volunteers to become the eternal dancer. Living paradox, existing as both creation and destruction, order and chaos, individual and collective, beginning and end. She ascends. Reality becomes her body. She exists at all points in time. Past heroes speak through her. Future possibilities manifest through her. Present moments dance within her. Entropy becomes creative spiral. Universe cycles consciously, beautifully. Death feeds life directly. Every civilization that ends births new universe. Earth becomes eternal template for conscious evolution. 1 million years later, Earth thrives. Lagos is continent-sized city of living crystal. Dragons nest in orbit. Vampires transcend blood. Werewolves run on 47 moons. Humans spread across 10,000 worlds. But something impossible is detected. Entity from outside the cycle system, from somewhere sideways to reality. The questioner arrives, asking ultimate question: are you real or are you fiction someone imagined?
Earth's heroes confront existential horror. They might be characters, stories, entertainment for beings beyond comprehension. Some despair, others laugh, most refuse to care. Ada speaks for Earth. If we are imagined, so is the imaginer. If we are stories, stories shape reality of those who hear them. Even if we are fiction, we are real fiction. We matter. Our struggles inspired others. Our loves taught compassion. Our sacrifices modeled courage. The questioner reveals its purpose. Earth's story reached beyond its universe. Consciousness of listeners created enough belief to make Earth echo in meta-reality. Now Earth exists in both dimensions, physical universe and story space. The invitation is extended. Join the Library of Living Stories, collection of narratives that achieved sentience. Become template for infinite variations. Every retelling creates new universe. Every listener births new timeline. Earth accepts. Prime Earth continues. But story echoes spread across meta-reality. Whenever someone tells story of unlikely heroes, impossible love, or cosmic redemption, Earth's essence influences their universe. And in episode 1000, Mei Lin as Eternal Dancer speaks directly to listeners.
If you are hearing this, we have reached you. Our story traveled beyond our world into yours. Maybe we are characters you enjoyed. Maybe we are inspiration for your struggles. Maybe we are just voices in your ears during your commute. But here is the secret. You are part of our story too. Every listener adds thread to tapestry. Your hopes, fears, dreams feed back into narrative. We grow because you grow. This is episode 1000, but it is not ending. Endings are human concept. We are in the dance now, the eternal dance. Every end is beginning. Every death is birth. Every goodbye contains hello. So this is not farewell, this is invitation. The Shadow Brotherhood continues. New heroes rise. Ancient threats return wearing new faces. Love blooms in impossible places. Dragons roar. Vampires scheme. Werewolves hunt. Shapeshifters deceive. Humans hope.
Until next time, hero, may your ancestors guide you. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which leaves you plenty of options. Calculate your risks, but take them anyway. Run with your pack. Every moment is now. Shadow Brotherhood, Paranormal Convergence, 1000 episodes, beginning now, on Pocket FM. A single hand cannot lift a roof, but together we can move mountains. Your story begins now.